Joining us today, he's 2-0 in the UFC, Mr. Adrian Yanez. How are you today, my friend?
Man, I'm doing really, really good, man. Especially after this weekend, man. I'm like feeling phenomenal, man.
Yeah, have you had time to debrief everything? You're 2-0 in the UFC now in the premier organization in the world. Two finishes, two 50K bonuses. That's got to be a lot to swallow, my man.
Oh yeah, man. It's definitely a confidence booster, especially like in the top promotion. The one that everybody always wants to be like. They really don't say I want to be a Bellator fighter. They don't want to be a PFL fighter. Everybody usually says I want to be a UFC fighter, and that's what I am. So that's pretty cool. Like it's still surreal to me. So it's pretty cool. Uh, it still kind of takes me by moments every once in a while to be like, dude, I'm in the UFC. Like I worked hard to get here, so like it's still pretty freaking cool that I get to be like, man, I worked hard. We're here in the UFC. This is badass. So yeah, I'm still on cloud nine.
100%. But the thing is, there's a big difference. There's people who get into the UFC and they're not there for very long. They go 1-1, 1-2, and then they're gone like that. So it's got to be a confidence booster. Like you said, you're 2-0, two finishes. Not a lot of people can say that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. That's my biggest thing, man. Is I've always told myself, man, there's a lot of people that get into the UFC just so they can say I'm a UFC fighter.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing that a lot of people get in there is like my biggest goal, my biggest aspiration is like, no, I want to be a UFC fighter, but also I want to have like 10 plus fights in the UFC. I don't want to be this one contract and done guy. I want to be the guy that's in there for a long time. I want like longevity in the UFC. And like I want to go in there. I want to set records. I want to do all. I have big aspirations. So it's like it was a big confidence booster that I was able to get that third round knockout against a really tough veteran in Gustavo Lopez. So man, it's a really big confidence booster. I know that I could stay here, and I'm planning on staying here. Don't plan on going anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. So, like you mentioned, you took out Gustavo Lopez. I feel like you were really able to showcase your skills, bringing it to the later round. Two quick finishes, one bringing you into the UFC, and then a quick finish in the UFC. So your second fight goes almost the distance, but you get it done. So, how does it feel to have that experience now, going three rounds, let's say, in the UFC?
Man, I honestly expected it to be a little bit more difficult. If I was being quite honest with you, I was expecting a little bit more wrestling, a little bit more of the pace going a little bit faster, man. Because in that going into that second, third round, I thought I was gonna be breathing heavy, but I wasn't, man. I was like, dude, I never had to do I never
Mm.
had a breath. My breath was caught the whole entire time, and I was hearing him during the fight. I just hear him breathing just the whole entire time, like rapid breathing. Kind of feeling like he was the one drowning. So that for me, I felt really good in there. It gave me a lot more confidence because like, oh, okay, like I knew I had cardio, but you know, in a fight that's like a high pressure stakes, like in the UFC, fighting against somebody who's a really tough opponent, going into that third round and not feeling tired, still feeling like I can go like five more rounds at that pace, So I was like, all right, cool. Like it gave me a confidence boost, and a tough guy like Gustavo, man, he's super tough, man. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves, man, because he's a powerful puncher. He has really good submissions, and like overall, he's like a really good MMA fighter, and I was able to go in there and shut him down. So I just don't think he gets the credit that he deserves, man, because he's top level. He's really top notch.
100%. So you have to explain to me, you're going into this third round, you're sitting across the cage, you maybe glance at your opponent a little bit, and you see that he's doing that rapid breathing, and you're kind of okay. So can you explain the feeling of what it's like seeing that?
Oh man, there's mental games in everything that I do, man. Like there's like mental things that I'm checking off, little things that I'm looking at, and you know, the first round going into the second, I remember seeing him sit on the stool. I remember looking across really quickly, and I see him sitting on the stool. I'm standing up talking to my coach. And I look at my coach. I was like, I'm in great shape. And I look across and I see him, and he looks like he's getting the works over there, like by all of his coaches over there. And I was like, he's tired. He's
Yeah.
tired already. And going into that third, I remember telling my coach the same thing. I was like, I'm not even breathing hard, man. Like, what's going on? And I look across and I see him. He's like, like he's doing the painting thing, and I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be over. And that's when my coach is like, hey, look, be careful. He's gonna look to explode. He's down 2 rounds. He's gonna try to want to knock you out. He's gonna try to either put you on your back and try to wrestle you a little bit more. So just be wary about that. And and told me, he's like, so just be wary about that. But the openings are gonna be there, so pick your shots wisely. And whenever I was in there, it's exactly what happened. Like like I saw him panning, and I saw him like kind of having that mindset of just being like he's gonna have to do something big. And there was like one little exchange right before I knocked him out where I felt it. I was like, oh, he really is trying to knock me out. Like I heard a whiff, and I felt the power behind his hands, and I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna open up again. I just gotta bring it out of him. And I threw a feint. I feinted the left hand, didn't really move back on it, and it baited him into throwing a combination. And I just ripped it right down the middle as soon because I knew he was gonna try to take my head off with the next couple punches that he threw. So I just feinted that. Jab, and honestly, there was a left hook that I had loaded up like right after that straight right. I had like my intentions was to land the left hook, not to land the right. So I threw the jab, the feint jab. I landed the right, but I wanted to knock him out with the left. But by the time I had landed, I looked and I see he was on the floor. I was like, oh, okay, cool, he's done.
Well, if you got the right, you don't even need to throw the left. I guess you save that energy there.
Oh yeah. I was cool with it. I was real cool with it, man. But you can see me in the replay. I'm throwing the jab. It looks like my left isn't coming to my face, but I was red. I was loading it up from left field, man. I wanted like that's the punch that I wanted to knock him out with, but that right hand was lasered in on his chin, so it landed, walked off, man, and it made it better for me because maybe that left hook wouldn't have landed.
Yeah, well, it did the job. So you
Yeah.
got to explain to me another thing here. This 50K bonus thing, you got two of them in the UFC. But something I want to ask you is coming up in these regional promotions, like where you started and everything, is that something you think that those promotions should be doing as like incentivizing the fighters to try and get that finish to prepare them for the UFC where you are today?
Man, it's one of those things that I don't think a lot of promotions. It takes a lot of money for a promotion just to even be up and running. Uh,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, so like especially these regional promotions that it takes like a lot of these fighters end up having to sell tickets for like to the event to even be able to get off the ground and to even be like functional.
Mhm.
It is a good idea. It is a pretty cool idea. Like this last time, Fury Fighting Championships, what they ended up doing is that they actually got sponsored by Bump Box. They got sponsored by Bump Box, and they were giving Bump Boxes away to the fight of the night, the submission of the night, and the knockout of the night. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, like effort on their part, because
Yeah.
they're incentivizing. They gave them they incentivized the fighters to go out there, but like at the same time, like not every promotion can go out there and get that type of thing. I know Legacy Fighting Championship back in the day was partnered with another company that was giving out $1,000, an extra $1,000 for finishes, only to the main card fighters though. So there's a couple things here and there that you can do. You can go outside and look for sponsors to do it, but it's not widely available for uh, for all these uh, for all these promotions. And also it costs a lot of money for them too. So because like I said before, man, most of these promotions are relying on fighters selling tickets. If like I know for a good time, LFA, they were just trying to get fights going here and there, and luckily they had UFC Fight Pass backing them at the time during this whole pandemic. So it takes a lot. It would take a lot of money for them to just to even dish out, man. Because I bet you right now, especially during these times where a lot of places are closed down, they're not making a lot of money. They're not making money at all. Especially right now, they're just doing it because they love it.
Mhm.